Okay, guys, this is going to be my review of the movie Serendipity. It's actually kind of fun name to say, or not name, word to say. It's like I'm trying to say. I'm like, how do you say it? How do you pronounce it? It was like that's why. Honestly, that's why I've like been hesitating to do. I'm like, what do like? It felt so awkward to say it, but I said it. Serendipity, whatever. Um, uh, I enjoyed it. I think I love kind of at the beginning where you kind of see how they met and see their first date. Interesting and how they set up a bunch of things that have direct payoffs later in the film. And I love kind of the themes and questions asked in this film that I think go on a deep level about fate and decisions and knowing. And I think this film, well, it was so needed. It was just like this film, the whole film. I was like so frustrated with this film because I'm like, oh my god, the signs, like, you know what I mean? Because like what was so frustrating is they both picked the same floor on the elevator, and like you're like, as you see, they're she's sitting on the floor crying, and all the people enter the elevator, and you're like, oh, they picked the same number, but they're never gonna know, and it's like, oh, and then they go so many years without seeing, and it's like, so like the whole film, like, okay, I'm so excited because this has to have such a satisfying ending, seeing them ultimately get together, and I'm so excited, I'm so happy, yada yada yada. But then the ending comes, and while the middle is funny and all, I didn't really care for the middle because I'm all like, I want to see them together. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And I love, seeing the signs point to each other. But the ultimate ending of them getting together felt so anticlimactic and so rushed. Because, okay, the final scene, they meet on the ice skating rink. Okay, they kiss. Okay, then, like, one final scene of them together, which is, great, very satisfying to see them dating and together for after a 1 year anniversary. But that was it. Because I was always, ever since the opening scene where you see their first date and stuff, you always had a a a a picture of what that scene where they would, you know, re-meet would be like. Like they're like, what floor did you pick? And this was how I was picturing. What floor did you pick? 23, 23. And then like they realize all this time, but you never got that scene. And I think you never got that scene of them fully like a scene a scene of them together, not a scene like a year later, not a scene where they're apart, a scene of them truly together, you know, talking about the signs, talking about what they did, talking about just life. And because I think their chemistry was very great, and that's why I love the opening scene so much, where like they're pointing on the, the what's it called, the star things. Lucas, I'm making a video, so be quiet. And kind of pointing all the signs. And I think that was very interesting and very excited because it's like, again, their chemistry was very great, and this idea of exploring the themes of like destiny and fate, and I guess that's what serendipity means, but that's also a ice cream place, and the frustration of seeing all the side stuff. So there's a very interesting things of the beginning part of it. But what I had always kind of was disappointed with the film was this whole film, you're going and you're like, you want this very, very, very satisfying ending, because that's really what the film is all about, is them reuniting. And it takes to the end of the film where they reunite, but it ends up being just one scene. Like, okay, they have a kiss scene, then a year later scene, but you never got that scene of them, because I guess maybe it's because like when you picture what that scene would be like, you have your own like fan fiction of what that scene would look like. But I don't know, I felt like that ending was disappointing because you're like, okay, I'm so excited, we get to see them reunite and be together, and I'm excited, but yet You never got a scene of them talking to each other and really demonstrating their off the charts chemistry as a couple. You never see that because yes, you have that again final scene at the end where they're together, but that really was nothing. That was like an end credit scene of sorts. But you never, cause like when you're picturing, you want them to talk about their experience, talk about what they went through, talk about that stuff, talk, kind of, cause like when you think of that, you're like, oh, I went to this place looking for you. I did the, I just wanted that scene of them together, realizing the signs, realizing that they were meant to be together this whole time. Like obviously that's inferred that they realized they were meant to be together, but I don't know. I felt like I wish there was more toward the end of them together. Not like a whole another hour. I'm just saying a couple more scenes of them together, and maybe that's just because really like the romance in this film, and especially because I love those opening scenes where they're kind of together. And by the way, this film was still very funny, and so enjoyed it. And by the way, fun thing, guess what book I started to read? Little guess. Okay, that's it for the guessing. Dune. Now, do I think I'll finish it by the time the movie comes out? I don't know. Probably not, if I'm being totally honest. Now, on that level of Dune, I started watching and I've probably talked about this months ago. I started watching the Dune film. I just found it boring. Not that I don't, and I think it was just like it felt outdated because I think the story would have been told a lot better in today's context, which is why I'm excited for, the new Dune film. No, I think I'll rewatch it. Well, not rewatch it, but watch it right before the new movie comes out. I'm talking about the 80s film. But, I got 40 minutes into it. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe it was the cast. It was the... Not like the story was that outdated. I'm just saying in general sense, I feel like it would have been better in this modern context. But anyways. Stay tuned for videos. Coming right at you.